So a percent out of 100 equals, this is going to seem a little strange at the beginning, but you're going to get accustomed to it, and it's going to become second nature to you. Equals is over of. What? And if you learn this proportion right here, you're going to be able to do every single one of these problems, like I said, no sweat. Percent out of 100 equals is over of. All right. Is represents the part. What do you think of represents? The whole. Because we've talked about a fraction is representing part of the whole. Because okay, Anna said, good question. Anna said, why don't we just write part over whole? Because the question is going to be, what number is 15% of 40? It doesn't say the words part and whole. It says the words is and of. Is of. Is of. This is, there's an is in there. Is of. So every time the is part comes up here, the of part goes here, the percent is over 100. And what's going to happen is every time there's going to be one of these three numbers missing that you're going to find. Sometimes you're going to find what the percent is. Sometimes you're going to find the part. Sometimes you're going to find the whole. Does this ever change? No. Because percents are always out of 100. So this proportion right here is going to allow you to solve all of these problems. The dealio is different parts of these, you're going to be finding different parts depending on the problem. But we're using the same thing over and over and over. Okay? So here we go. Let's talk about finding the percent. It says, what percent? That is my clue that I don't know my percent, right? What percent? So what should I put over 100? X. What percent means I don't know the percent. And then what is my is number? Is 6. So that goes up top. And what is my of number? 40. I think X is 15. Yes. And since I was finding the percent, I'm going to put the percent on my answer. So I found the percent, 15%. Yes, Caroline. Because I cross multiplied. 40 times X equals 6 times 100. To solve that proportion, cross multiply. So that was finding the percent. What percent of 40 is 6? Okay. Now I'm going to find the part. And I'm not going to tell you every time you're finding the part, you're finding the whole. I'm just going to say, what number is 15% of 40? But that's what we're going to do here. So let's just set up. I'm always going to start with something over 100. And what goes above 100? 15. Because 15 is the percent, and the percent is always out of 100. And over here, I'm going to put is over of. And it says, what number is? So what do I put up top? X. And of 40 means 40 goes down here. Now, does anybody already know the answer? Why? 6, because I'm just redoing the same problem 3 times, and we're just finding different parts. All right. But yes, you would cross multiply. X times 100 equals 40 times 100. Yes. I don't know what I'm thinking. Thank you. I don't know why I can't. Well, I couldn't do that today. So that would be finding the part. And then last one, I'm going to be finding the whole. What's the answer? We already know the whole. What is 6 is 15% of what number? 40, right? But let's just go through. There we go. We're going to put 15 over 100 again. I'm going to put is, and it says 6 is. Instead of is 6, it says 6 is. So that's 6 over of what number? So those were using the same three numbers. 15% of 40 is 6. Your coach says, I want you to make 85% of the free throws we shoot tonight in our game. So you need to find 85% of however many free throws you shoot. See if you meet that goal. Alright? Because it would be nice in a world if everything the whole was always 100. What's 85% of 100? 85. What's 75% of 100? 75. What's 10% of 100? 10. But real life is you don't always take 100 free throws, or you don't always have 100 people that you're looking at. Right? This is to be able to find it out of different amounts. So let's look briefly at 1 and 2. I'm going to let you loose in a minute because this is really all there is to it. There's nothing else here. But when it says find 65% of 245, technically, is the word is in that problem? No. No. But couldn't we replace find with what is 65% of 245? And you've got your of, you've got your percent. You're trying to find the is. What is 65% of 245? So let's say you can rewrite that if you want. And so what's going to go on the left side? Somebody tell me my left side fraction. Here, somebody I have not heard from. Lucas. I've got my percent. 65%. Yes. Yes. The percent always goes over 100. Now over here I'm going to do is over of. Who can, somebody I haven't heard from? Audrey, tell me is over of. What would it be? Uh-huh. Correct. Yep. And yes, you would be using your calculator for these problems. When you solve this, x equals 159 and 25 hundredths. Alright, I'll set up number, well, example 2 is just the same. Example 2 is the same. You set that up on your own. Should look like this. 43 goes over 100 equals x over 230. When you solve it, I'm not worried that we do the solving part now. Right now, we can do that. You haven't divided it by 100 yet, right? Okay. Flip. You set up, see if you can set up example 3. What percent of 60 is 52? What percent of 60 is 52? And then if you want to solve it after you set it up, you can. Everybody think you've got it? Noah, tell me, how did you set yours up?
I did X over 100 and then 52 over 60.
Yep. Because of 60, that's my of, is 52, that's my is. And correct, when I cross multiply, I get 86.6 repeating percent. Make sure when you're asked for a percent that you use a percent sign. All right, let's skip down to example 5. Find the whole amount. 207 is 46% of what number? So you see what I mean? That you're doing a little baby puzzle. You got 4 slots. You know, one of them is always 100. So you've got 3 other slots, and you just find out where the 2 out of 3 go and cross multiply. Solving baby puzzles. Yes, 207 is. And then you know this is the percent, and this says of what number, so that reinforces. Right, of what number. All right, who wants to tell me, Caroline, how'd you set this up? You got it? You got it. You got it. All right. So, there we have it.